Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. K from the Macedon Public Library, and today I want to give you some book recommendations that I think will be just perfect for kids grades 3 through 5. And we're going to start with, they're all written by the same author, Katherine Applegate. And we're going to start off with The One and Only Ivan. This is a Newbery book. It won the Newbery Award in 2013. And that means that year, this was considered the best children's book of the year. And I have to agree with them. It is really, really good. It's based on truth, kinda, a little bit of truth, in that Ivan really existed. There was really a gorilla named Ivan who was captured in the wild and lived in a shopping mall for 27 years performing. And that is pretty much the end of the truth. And then I guess that he ends up where he ends up, but I don't want to tell you because then you won't want to read the book. Disney has made a movie about this now, and it looks pretty good. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the trailers for it, and the casting of the voices is pretty fantastic. So it looks like it'll be a fun movie. I'm sure they do not stick to the book, so I recommend you read the book first because that is always the best way to go. So Ivan, and this book is told by Ivan, and he lives behind glass walls, like I said, in this shopping plaza for the last 27 years. And he keeps busy. He watches TV, he draws, which makes him a very unique gorilla. And he likes to spend time with his friends, Estella, who is an elephant, and Bob, who is a stray dog. And when it's necessary, he performs for the audiences. And there's a billboard along the highway, and I wrote it down so I'd get the exact phrasing. It tells people where to go so they can find him. And it says, Exit 8, Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan. So that's where the book gets its title. And Ivan is pretty happy as you can be, living in a shopping mall. He doesn't remember too much of his life because he was taken from the wild when he was just a little baby gorilla. He does remember that he had a sister, and that is pretty much all he can remember. But one day, a little baby elephant named Ruby, here she is, comes and stays at the mall, and she's going to perform. And Ivan then realizes this is not the life for Ruby. It's okay for him, he's done it, but this is not where Ruby should be. And so the rest of the book is him trying to figure out how to rescue her and make life better for her than it has been for him, which is pretty much the job of all parents. So it's a really fantastic book. I recommend that you read it and then go see the movie. Don't watch the movie first, but it's really, truly fantastic. And in the same note, right after that, she then wrote The One and Only Bob. So guess what? It's about Ivan and Ruby and Bob, the stray dog. And this one is told through the eyes of Bob. Bob tells the story. And Bob is just a feisty little dog. He's not very big. He fits in a backpack, but he doesn't like people. He doesn't trust people. And he doesn't like dog shelters. The only thing he likes is Ivan and Ruby. That's it. He just doesn't trust people because he's had kind of a rough go of it. And he tells you all about that in this book. And in the movie, the voice of Bob is done by Danny DeVito. So that should help explain to you what kind of character Bob really is. So it is just a fantastic book. I laughed out loud. It was very, very good. And then the last book I want to recommend is a third book by Katherine Applegate. She's just such a wonderful writer. And this one is it's called The Wish Tree. And it's about Red. He's an oak tree that sits between two rental houses on an old street in a small town, and he's been there forever. He's been there for 216 years. That's how many rings he has. And he starts off telling you that trees can't tell jokes, but they can tell stories. And he is a wish tree. And you will say, what is a wish tree? Well, wish trees have a long and honorable history going back centuries. There are many in Ireland where there are usually hawthorns or the occasional ash tree, but you can find wish trees all over the world. And for the most part, people are kind when they sit and visit him. They seem to understand that a tight knot may keep me from growing the way I need to grow. They are gentle with my new leaves and careful with my exposed roots. And after people write their hope on a rag or a piece of paper, they tie it onto my branches, and usually they whisper the wish aloud. It's traditional to wish on the 1st of May, but people stop by throughout the year. My, oh my, the things I have heard. I wish for a flying skateboard. I wish for the world without war. I wish for a week without clouds. I wish for the world's biggest candy bar. I wish for an A on my geography test. And you get where we're going. So all these different kinds of wishes are on the wish tree. But he's not just a wish tree, he's also a home. He has a hollow, and hollows offer protection from the elements, a secure spot to sleep and to stash your belongings. They're a safe place. Hollows are proof that something bad can become something good with enough time and care and hope. And being a home to others isn't always easy. Sometimes I feel like an apartment complex with too many residents who don't get along. Still, we make it work. There are a lot of give and take in nature. Woodpeckers hammer on my trunk, but they also eat annoying pests. And grass cools the earth, but it also bickers with me over water. And every spring brings new residents, old friends, and more chances for compromise. And this spring in particular has been quite the baby boom. Currently, I am home to owl nestlings, baby possums, and tiny raccoons. I am also visited regularly by the skunk kits who live underneath the front porch of a nearby house. It's unprecedented. Never have I sheltered so many babies. It just doesn't happen. Animals like space. They like their own territory, and normally they would be arguing, perhaps even a stolen nest or a midnight battle. And we've certainly been many disagreements, but I've made it clear that eating your neighbors will not be allowed while I'm in charge. So that's the life of the tree. But one day, Samar and her family move into one of the rental houses that's by the wish tree. And every night she comes and she sits quietly under Red. And the animals who make the tree home leave their nests and they come and they sit with her because Samar is a very, very kind person. The animals sense that. But Samar and her family are Muslims. And not everyone in town is welcoming. And so she has a rough time of it. So one night, not long ago, Samar came out to visit, and it was 2 a.m, late even for her. And she had been crying. Her cheeks were damp. She leaned against me, and her tears were like hot rain. And in her hand was a small piece of cloth, pink with little dots, and something was written on it. A wish, the first wish I'd seen in months. I was surprised she knew about the wish tree tradition, but I'm kind of a local celebrity. Samar reached up, gently pulled down my lowest branch, and tied the fabric in a loose knot. I wish, she whispered, for a friend. Red, like I said, is 216 rings old, and he has many, many stories to tell. And this is one of them. And it's very moving. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful book. Here at the library, we have a tree. It's made out of old branches and tissue paper. And so sometime, if you want to come to the library with your family, you can make a wish and tie it on our wish tree. We can turn that into a wish tree for you. We would love that. So come on down and do that. But like I said, if you ever want to read some very fabulous books, we have Katherine Applegate, and these are some of the best. All right, good luck, and I hope you read all of them. You take care. Bye-bye.